Hi, welcome to Basic Alignment Part 1. The first thing I'd like to show you is where to find your alignment window. Click on Window, Align, and then it'll appear on your screen and you can click it and move it around and place it where you would like. The second thing I'd like you to take note of is down here in the right-hand corner where it says Align to Artboard, Align to a selection, or Align to a key object. Those are going to be our three options when using the alignment tools. The next thing I'd like to let you know is that we will also be learning to distribute objects vertically and horizontally, and also we will be learning to distribute objects relative to one another. For instance, we would be able to take one object and tell it to be 0.5 inches away from another object. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll click our box here, and the first thing we're going to do is just hit horizontal align center, vertical align top. And then we're just going to move around this artboard to get familiar with what these keys will do. So the next thing I'm going to hit is horizontal align right, and then vertical align center, vertical align bottom, horizontal align center, horizontal align left, vertical align center, vertical align top, and then back to horizontal align center. And we'll stop there for a minute and see what it takes to get to the center of this artboard. In this case, it's just going to be one click away. We'll hit vertical align center. But if I were to grab this box and move it, and now I want it back to the center of the artboard, I can just go horizontal align center, vertical align center, and we will be back in the middle of the artboard. Okay, this is alignment part 2. Here we have two squares on the board. We're still going to be aligning to the artboard, as you can see down here in the right-hand corner of this window. However, other options are available, such as align to a selection and align to a key object, which we will cover later. But for now, we're just going to continue to align to the artboard. So let's go ahead and select both of these squares and then hit under align objects. Let's hit horizontal align left and see if the result is what you think it would be. Okay, that may or may not be what you expected. If it isn't, let's hit edit undo. And then while the objects are selected, and if we clicked away, we could just reselect them. Hit object group. And now they will move together as one unit. So if I hit align to the left, it's going to go together. If I go this way with it, it's going to go together. Or this way, it's going to go together. Or this way. Or down to the bottom. Or back to the center. Okay, so now if I wanted these two squares to be in the vertical and horizontal center of this page, what I could do is just hit horizontal align center and a vertical align center. And this will work from no matter where you are. If I just grab this and move it and hit horizontal align center, vertical align center, it goes to the middle of the page and it works together as one unit. Hi, and welcome to part 3 of alignment. We have two goals here. One is to use all three tabs available under the Align To portion of the window. We want to align to the artboard, to a selection, and to a key object. We also want to make the circle go inside the square and align both horizontally and vertically. So I'm going to click away, select both of these, and make sure I'm aligned to the artboard by clicking on Align to Artboard, and then click horizontal align center and vertical align center. And now you'll notice that not only is the ball in the center of the square, but the two of them together are vertically and horizontally aligned relative to the artboard, which was our goal. So now I'm going to edit and do this. And click away. All right, and so now we're going to align to a selection so you can see the difference. We'll select everything and click Align to Selection if it's not already chosen for you, and then hit Horizontal Align Center and Vertical Align Center. And now you can see that they are vertically and horizontally aligned relative to each other, but not necessarily to the artboard. This little plus icon represents the center of my artboard, so we know that we're not there. So I'm going to hit Edit Undo. Okay, and another thing is that when we hit the alignment buttons, it really didn't like give us a place where it was going to end up. If we weren't aligning to the artboard in the center, it was just kind of random where it showed up. So let's make it more like where we want it. Let's say if I want my box here to the left and I want this circle inside of this box. So I'm going to select them both. And sometimes when you're on the edge of your document like this, it's a little hard to to drag over top of both. So you can just click one and then shift click the other and they'll both be selected. Hit key object and you'll notice this thick green border around the circle. That's telling us that the circle is now the key object. I don't really want that as the key object. I want the square. So all I have to do is left mouse click the square and the border will move to the square, letting me know that that is now the key object. And I can hit horizontal align center and vertical align center. And now the ball is inside the square and it is relative to my key object, which I placed purposely to the left of the document. Okay, welcome to part 4 of the alignment tutorial. We are going to have 3 goals here, and it's going to be to distribute spacing between these squares relative to the artboard, relative to selection, and based on a key object. And that space will be distributed horizontally, so we'll be using this section here and this section here, and then at the end, this section here. So let's go ahead and select everything. And we are going to distribute them based on the artboard first. So align to the artboard, make sure that's checked. And then come up here to distribute horizontal center. Click that. And now you are centered horizontally across the artboard. So let's edit undo. Click away and then select everything again. And now this is what's going to happen if you choose selection. Align to selection. So click align to selection, come back up here to horizontal distribute center, click that, and now it's just going to space them evenly based on the selection size. Okay, so let's go hit edit undo, and then let's move this one over here and make it our key object. So we're going to click away, select everything, and if you can't run the selection by dragging, just click one, hit shift, and then shift again, and then shift again until you have them all. And come over here to key object, click that, and then it chose the one on the right. Again, you can tell by the green border. I want to choose the one on the left. And then I have it set at 0.05 inches. So I'm going to just leave it there. You can change it by the up or down arrow keys or by clicking inside the box. But let's find the one that says horizontal distribute space, and here we go, horizontal distribute space. And now everything is 0.5 inches away from the key object, which is right over here on the left. Okay, welcome to part 5 of alignment. We are going to repeat the process that we just did in the previous tutorial, only we are going to do it using distribute vertical space. So we want to vertically distribute the space between these objects relative to the artboard, relative to a selection, and relative to a key object. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of these. We're going to start with the artboard. So I'm going to click align to the artboard if it's not already chosen, and then come over here to vertical distribute center, and now you are vertically distributed evenly from the top of your artboard to the bottom. I'm going to click away, hit edit undo, and then reselect everything. And now we're going to align to a selection. Click vertical distribute center, and now you are evenly spaced out in a vertical fashion relative to the selection. I'm going to hit edit undo, click away, reselect everything, choose a key object by clicking align to key object. It has already selected the bottom one for me. I'm going to go ahead and keep that there. I'm set for spacing at 0.5 inches, so I'm going to leave that as well. And then I'm just going to hit vertical distribute space. And now you are vertically 0.5 inches away from your key selection, every box the same distance. Okay, welcome to part 6 of the tutorial. We are going to vertically align these cakes, which are all the same size. So if I click vertical align center, they align. If I hit top, nothing changes. Bottom, nothing changes. And that is again because they're the same size. So once they're centered aligned, they are top aligned and bottom aligned as well. Coming down here, we have one object that's bigger than the other. If I hit vertical align center, we get this. They're aligned by the center. If I hit top, they align by the top. If I hit bottom, they align by the bottom. Hi, and welcome to part 6.5 of basic alignment, because as it turns out, numbering these may not have been such a good idea. So here we go. Let's select everything. We're going to horizontally align these cakes by hitting horizontal align center. And then similar to the previous tutorial, if I hit horizontal align left, nothing changes. The same if I hit horizontal align right, nothing changes. And that's because once they are center aligned, they are also left aligned and right aligned. So let's go ahead and select everything over here and hit horizontal align center, and they align by the centers. One object is bigger than the other. If I hit left, they align by the left, and if I hit horizontal align right, they align by the right. Hi, and welcome to Basic Alignment Part 7. We are going to horizontally distribute objects, so let's select the first set. If I come over here to horizontal distribute center, you'll see that they are now distributed horizontally across the selection. If I come down here and select these objects and hit horizontal distribute center, you'll notice that because one object is bigger than the other, that the spacing is incorrect. So what I like to choose as a solution, and there is more than one, is to choose a key object. It chose this one. I don't want that one. We're going to choose the one on the left here. My spacing is set at 0.0875 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and hit horizontal distribute space, and now you'll see they're evenly spaced out 0.875 inches apart. Hi, and welcome to part 8 of basic alignment. We are going to distribute objects vertically, so if I go ahead and select the first set, and I come up over here under distribute objects and I hit vertical distribute center, you will see that they are centered vertically, evenly all the way across the selection, because we are aligned to a selection. If I select this group and I hit the same thing, vertical distribute center, it does not evenly lay these out. So what I like to do is, again, select the key object. I'm set at 0.0875 inches apart. It shows the top one as a key object. I'm good with that. So I'm just going to hit vertical distribute space. And now they're spaced apart evenly based on the size that I set it at, 0.875 inches. Hi, and welcome to part 9 of basic alignment. I'm kind of excited about this portion of the tutorial because I feel like it will help button up what these tools do and what they don't do. So we are going to align to a key object. What I want you to know about the key object and have cemented in your thoughts is that a key object never moves. It never moves. It's going to be wherever you place it on the artboard. So I have placed this square vertically and horizontally in the center of my artboard. So I'm going to choose it as my key object, and we're going to play the same game we played earlier, only we were using the artboard to align to. This time we're going to align to a key object with this ball. So I'm going to select the ball, shift click the square, and then come over here and hit key object, and it chose the ball, which I want it to be the square, so I'm just going to left mouse click the square, and then I'm going to start telling this ball where to go. I'm going to tell it where to align to. Go to the left, go to the right, go to the top, go to the bottom, go to the center. Okay, go back over here and do the horizontal align center. So this way, and horizontal align left. And if you just play this game a little bit, eventually you'll begin to understand in a more fluid fashion what these tools do. You can kind of look at them and see what they do. There's a line here that shows vertical align top. So it's telling me we're going to the top. Okay, if I move this ball, like, whoops, edit undo. If I click away and I grab just this ball and I move it to here and I say go to the top, it's going to go to the top from this spot. Whoops, I didn't have any key object chosen. Well, there you go. See, that's a good example. There was no key object chosen, so it just went to the top of the artboard. So let's grab it and move it down here again. And then let's shift click the box and go through the whole process. Hit key object. It chose that one. I want to choose this one. Left mouse click. And now tell it to go to the top. And it just goes to the top of your key object. And so you can just continue to play with these buttons, see where they go, see what it does, and you'll get a feel for what these keys do and what they don't do. Either way, this ball is never leaving this box, no matter what I click, because I am aligning to a key object. So let's stop right here and see the difference between aligning to a key object and distributing space relative to a key object. Okay, so let's try one more key object as far as alignment goes, just to get a real feel for this. We're going to go ahead and select everything, and we're going to click a key object. We're going to choose this one up here in the left-hand corner, and we're going to remember that the key object never moves, and we're going to hit Align Objects. And remember, Align tells everything move, go somewhere, take a hike, whatever, but it has nothing to do with spacing. So I'll go ahead and hit Vertical Align Center, and all of these objects are vertically aligned, but the spacing is still horrible. Has nothing to do with the spacing. It just has to do with the alignment. So, but we can also choose a key object for spacing. So we'll just leave it set at the one that we have. And we'll come over here and we see we have 0.25 inches set for spacing. And we'll just hit horizontal distribute space. This is the difference. Spacing just spreads things apart, tells them to even out, either even out based on a selection, even out based on a set amount that we've chosen. So let's go ahead and hit that. And now everything's 0.25 inches apart. Okay, with all that being said, now we can move on to practical alignment, where I attempt to bring it all together so that it makes sense using practical examples. Hi, welcome to example number 1 of practical alignment. We are going to align the text and objects on this page relative to the shape behind it. The first thing I want you to take notice of is the extra space underneath this text composition notebook. We need to button that up. And also the space off to the right. If we don't, that will be taken into account during the alignment process. So I'm going to click away, and then I'm going to click composition notebook. I'm kind of going to put it right here first, like right about there. Okay, now I'm going to click away and click composition notebook, and then I'm going to shift click the shape. I'm going to come down here and choose a key object. It's going to choose the text. I don't want the text to be the key object, so I'm going to just left mouse click the shape, hit horizontal align center, and now we are centered horizontally on the page relative to this shape. Click away. We're going to do the lines next. I'm going to shift click the first one, shift click the second one. I'm going to hit horizontal align center. They are horizontally aligned relative to each other. So now I'm going to group them together, object group. And then I'm going to click away, and I'm going to select them, and you'll see that they are grouped. And now I'm going to shift click the shape. I'm going to choose key object. It shows the lines. I want the shape behind it to be the key object, so I'm going to just left mouse click the shape. And then I'm going to choose horizontal align center, and now they are horizontally aligned relative to the shape behind them. The next thing we're going to do are the 3 objects down here. We're going to click the first one, shift click the second one, shift click the third one, hit vertical align center. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of just drag them up here. Right about here is where I think I want them. But I do want them to be spaced evenly apart, and they currently are not. So I'm going to click away just to start from the beginning. Click the first one, shift click the second one, shift click the third one. Come over here and choose align to a key object. It shows the center one. I'm okay with that. I'm going to hit distribute spacing under the arrow keys here to 0.25 inches, and then choose horizontal distribute space. Now they are all 0.25 inches apart. Now is a good time to group them. I could either come up and hit object group, or I could click away and start over. Click the first one, shift click the second one, shift click the third one, hit object group. They're all one piece. So if I click away and now I click them, you see they are indeed one piece. So now I can shift click the shape behind it, come over, hit key object. It shows the text as a key object. I don't want that. I want the shape to be the key object, so I'm going to left mouse click the shape, and then I'm going to hit horizontal align center, and there we have them horizontally aligned relative to the shape and also spaced exactly 0.25 inches apart. Okay, welcome to example number 2 of a practical alignment. Our goals here are going to be to have this line be 0.25 inches away from the square, also vertically centered to the square, and each square 0.5 inches apart, and all the lines and squares horizontally and vertically centered relative to the artboard. So let's get to the beginning. Okay, here we are at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and select both of these objects. They were both made using a square shape. The second one, which is a line, I just made it longer and thinner. I'm going to come over here to vertically align center. Now the line is vertically centered relative to the square. The next thing I'm going to do is move the line 0.25 inches away from the box. So I'm going to go ahead and click a key object. It shows the line. I want the box, so I'm going to left mouse click the box. I'm going to change this to 0.25 inches down here under distribute spacing. I'm going to hit horizontal distribute space, and now the line is 0.25 inches away from the box. I'm going to hit object group. And then I'm going to use the Alt key to drag extra copies. I'm going to click with the Alt key held down and get one. And then just keep clicking until I get as many copies as I want using the Alt key. Okay, I'm going to click away. I'm going to select everything. And now I'm going to choose the key object. I like the placement of this first box, so I'm going to left mouse click that box for a key object. I'm going to left align everything to that box. I'm going to click away. I'm going to reselect everything. I'm going to choose a key object again. And I'm going to change my spacing to 0.5 inches apart. I'm going to hit vertical distribute space. Everything is now vertically 0.5 inches apart. These boxes are 0.5 inches apart. I'm going to hit object group. I'm going to click away. I'm going to click the object. You can see it's all one object. You can also see I'm aligning to the artboard at this point. I am going to horizontal align center and vertical align center. And now we are vertically and horizontally aligned to the center of the artboard. Okay, let's redo that last part since it looks like we were already vertically aligned just by nature of what we had done. So let's select everything, hit horizontal align center and vertical align center, just so you can see the full effect of using those tools. Okay, welcome to part 3 of practical alignment. Our goals are going to be to align these squares 0.5 inches apart horizontally as well as vertically, select them as a whole, and again align them vertically and horizontally relative to the artboard. So let's get to the beginning. Okay, here we are at the beginning. We have our 5 squares. Now is a good time to remind ourselves to pay attention to what it is we are aligning to. So I'm going to go ahead and select all 5 boxes. You can see that we are now aligning to a selection. I'm going to go ahead and hit vertical align center. Okay, everything is vertically aligned. Now it's time to horizontally align them relative to a key object. So I'm going to click key object. It shows the right corner box. I'm okay with that. Our spacing is set at 0.5 inches. I'm good with that. I'm now going to hit horizontal distribute space, and everything is 0.5 inches apart horizontally. I'm going to hit object group. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and make some copies by clicking and dragging 1, 2, until I have as many as I want. Okay, I'm going to click away. I'm going to select everything. And I'm going to choose a key object. And it chose the bottom row, and I'm good with that. And we're set at 0.5 inches apart. I'm good with that. I'm going to hit vertical distribute space. And now everything is 0.5 inches apart. The next thing I'm going to do is hit object group. That's going to group everything together. I'm going to click away, reselect everything. You can see that it is indeed all one object. I'm going to hit horizontal align center and vertical align center, and now we are vertically and horizontally centered relative to the artboard. Hi, and welcome to the bonus section of this tutorial. We are going to learn how to butt these objects up against each other in a horizontal fashion as well as a vertical fashion. But first, let's point out some things about the alignment window. Here under the alignment window, under Align Objects, you'll see that your horizontal options are available to the left and your vertical options are available to the right. Under distribute objects, it's exactly the opposite. Your vertical options are here to the left and your horizontal options are here to the right. So it sort of makes an X. Horizontal's going this way and vertical's going this way. I just wanted to point that out so that over time it becomes less confusing as you work your way through these tutorials. Okay, let's go ahead and select this top one here, and we are going to click a key object, which opens up the opportunity to change the spacing, but you can leave it at 0, which is what we're going to do. So being that this is selected as a key object, everything will move in that direction. So let's go ahead and hit horizontal distribute space, and everything moves towards that key object. Let's select the vertical section, hit key object. It chose the bottom one. I'm going to select the top one with the left mouse key, giving it a click. I'm going to leave it at 0, and then I'm going to hit vertical distribute space. And there you go. Everything is perfectly aligned. Thank you for watching these tutorials. I do hope they help you gain some insight into alignment and that over time it becomes easier and more fluid to use. Thank you for watching and have a great day.